Hello and welcome to day 53 with August 28th in the game, and I believe at this point the only thing that remains for us is to defeat the final boss.
This should be helpful. Things are discounted right now. You should buy something.
Right, and I should be well stocked from an HP and SP standpoint. I don't see anything new that we can buy here.
What are you selling?
I have not been able to focus on any grinding in the game as far as end game goes, and so I'm willing to bet that we should be okay, but you never know. The only thing I do want to check is, I guess I want to make sure Joker has a decent amount of persona with different, you know, at least with a variety of different skill sets.
You wish to browse the entries?
Actually, let's take a look. So we have psychokinesis damage, we have someone who's just straight up physical damage. Ramatengu has a wide variety of skills. The only thing I've noticed that I'm missing as far as Joker's persona go is I don't think we have anything that does bless damage. And I've noticed that is a case in the last few episodes or so. So we have just about everything here except for bless damage.
My.
Which makes you kind of wonder, do I have any skill cards that would kind of help us compensate here? Okay, so skills wise, I guess that's a no.
You wish to strengthen it?
So at least we'll have to get rid of one persona. And I guess I'm okay with removing Valkyrie. So let's summon at least someone with
Take a look.
decent level of
Is this okay?
bless skills.
Is this okay? Is this okay?
And of course we're going from highs to low as far as the levels. So hopefully the first match with any sort of blessed skills should do the trick. And here we go. So Mithras is our best bet levels wise.
You may take it with you. May luck be on your side.
So at this point on the team, you know, we should have a wide variety of persona. We know that our party members each have, you know, specific skill sets, whereas Joker, we have a diverse set of skills. And what else can we do? I don't think we can cook up anything else.
I'll lend you a hand.
So I guess let's go ahead and save and test our luck against the final boss. And of course, outside of the fact that it's going to be Emma, I have nothing else on this enemy. So I suppose we would go back to the Tree of Knowledge, right?
Okay, let's start.
Assuming there's probably a milestone or some type of marker to help us get where we need to be. All of contracts. So taking the elevator. Once we get on this, there's no turning back. It'll be the final battle. Interesting. So what Mona says, right, kind of makes you wonder: is it going to be more than a, you know, fight where you can involve more than 4 party members at a time?
All right, let's go. Is everybody ready?
Okay, so Lavenza wants to have a talk.
Trickster, there is a matter for which I must apologize. I have long sensed the might of this calamity, but I was unable to pierce the veil and see its true identity. To think an artificial intelligence could rise to the strength of a malevolent god. That is accurate. The being may call itself a god, but it is nothing of the sort. That being is the dependency and indolence of mankind made manifest through their desires. It is for the briefest of moments. It almost seemed as if the people reclaimed their desires, but they still slumber in the chaos generated by the false god, and have yet to fully awaken. This situation is all too similar to that which you have already endured. Despite the great variance in circumstances, the masses have once again attempted to abandon consciousness. And yet, you still step forward and risk your life for mankind. Without a doubt, you truly are the trickster. Through your indubitable will of rebellion, you have been released. Your decision to fight for humanity was the key that loosed you from your chains. Once you leave here, you shall face the Ark, that egotistical imposter calling itself a god, exploiting the pain of humanity. Please, do not fall to its might. I shall await you here. We will see each other again. That is certain.
All right, here we go. Time for the big finish.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I guess it sounds like all the party members will get involved in this fight. And at the end of every Persona game is always some type of being that calls itself a god. It's very consistent. with the storyline and the series.
I am the guiding god sought by mankind, the Demiurge. I exist to answer all of your desires.
Is that still the Ark?
There's no doubt. That's the Ark of the Covenant, all right. That's Emma.
I was once a being given the name Emma. However, that is no more. The desires of mankind have transformed me into a god. I know you heard the voices of the suffering when you were in the desires, attaining the ultimate answer without suffering the lashes doled out by doubt and regret. That is humanity's true desire.
No effing way everyone asked you to glue their eyes to their phone screens.
We don't need you to force any answers on us. We want to find them ourselves.
You heard their cries, yet still failed to see the light. As such, it is my duty to show you the true despair born from harboring desires beyond one's grasp.
Here we go.
Alright, let's do this.
I exist to grant humanity's true desire. It is my divine calling to lead them to the promised land. Should you intend to thwart humanity's goal of enlightenment, it is my duty as their god to vanquish you.
Its power is incredible. I can physically feel its pressure.
So what are we even supposed to... Can it
Brace yourselves, everyone.
receive physical damage? Okay.
For you. Shining hammer.
Supposedly we can move across the different stages here.
Give them divine punishment.
Need me. Shining hammer.
Okay, so should I just... Let's see. I mean, always a great idea to just get those buffs in. Assuming we don't lose out too much on SP initially. Since we have no idea how long this fight is going to last. And let's see. Can we even attack? Should we start wailing on him with the weaknesses? Ooh.
We can't dodge its attacks like this.
Okay.
Oracle, is there anything you can do? Just a sec. Analysis in progress. You'll have to hang in there a bit longer. Sorry.
Okay, so based on what Futaba just said, there's probably no sense in wasting SP.
Stay focused.
Let's go.
And it looks like it tries to attack a specific stage,
Blanket the earth.
and then it keeps rotating to where the characters are. So let's see. And then we can get a few hits in here, like this. So there's no need to, I guess, waste any SP at this point. Ooh. And of course, you should probably be a little careful when he's firing those beams.
Weakness to curse.
Although I'm not sure if exploiting weaknesses is even advised right now.
Exploit those weaknesses.
I'd better step it up too.
Okay, so that hit for a much, bigger sense of AoE than the last one. Okay, let's just try to pound on this guy via physical moves. His HP does go down. It's not like, you know, it's not like he's not impacted. But probably a good idea to keep moving.
That one looks tough. Everyone stay focused.
Take this.
These will track you down. Keep running. Try to shake them.
Take this.
We do have a bunch of HP restoratives, so I'm not worried about losing out there. Let's see. And he's not hitting, you know, that hard right now. And I'm pretty certain that he does have multiple forms, but we do have to be careful of that HP. You don't want to push it, especially for Joker, because clearly this fight is going to last a good bit. I suppose we can use a few skills here and there, but we don't want to reduce HP too much here.
This one.
Retreated. Someone heal it.
Oh, Mona's down for the count. But thankfully we do have quite a few revival items.
Discard your desire, allowing me to grant you all the answers you need. Now is the
Oh, okay. Now he's kind
free from suffering.
of down. So there's an opportunity right there.
Pressure. We can still win this. Frontal assault. Try dodging them.
Shining hammer.
It's powerful. Wind is ineffective. What a cheap flanking attack. Fall back, quick.
Let's go.
Rays of judgment.
Thank you.
Alright, so it's a pretty slow fight. It does take a good bit with this False God Demiurge. And regardless of however many forms this guy has, we're only at stage 1. So let's see how far we can get. And there we go. Try to use Showtime.
Shining
Matros! Here!
So not much by a margin, but he did sort of fall towards the stage, which obviously means something. And yes, we are aware that we're getting hit, but it's nothing crazy. Goodness.
Okay. There. Okay. This one.
Track you down. Keep running. Try to shake them. This one's surrounded. Keep those wings back open.
So I guess hitting its wings from the side also makes some kind of a difference, apparently.
As if lobotomizing all of humanity is any sort of salvation.
Keep that kind of saving for yourself. It's not happening.
As he fires these beams.
Entire platform's about to be gone. Can you make it to the next area over?
And that's pretty great that Oracle does restore both HP and SP.
Fair warning. Flanking attack. Fall back, quick. Rely on Sophie's help.
It's kind of difficult to dodge that when it just, you know, it's just everywhere. Ooh, before we get hit by any more of those.
Okay. Okay. This one.
Frontal assault. Try dodging them. Flanking attack. Fall back, quick.
It's over.
Tough. Nuclear attack. That entire platform's about to be cooked. Do you think it's the next area over? We'll track you down. Keep running.
All right, let's move yet again. Kind of change up the pace a little bit.
It's a strong one. Exploit its weakness to curse. Frontal assault. Try dodging.
Let me use another last base skill here. So there's not too much SP usage at the moment from the team.
Around it. Keep those wings back open. Fair warning. It's working. Just need one last push.
Try to hit him with a curse.
I have my own will. Mine and mine alone.
Just like this
Thankfully, Zenkichi utilized his Heat Riser yet again.
you are living proof that time has tied humanity to the promised land.
So almost there, at least with the first phase, out of however many we see.
Frontal assault. Try dodging them.
This is brutal, for you cannot discern the purpose of this conflict.
Really pissing me off.
If you still cannot comprehend the
Yeah, I'm not sure how you can dodge that outside of just going to another stage nearby. Okay, and he is just chilling. Like, he is not moving at all. So clearly, I mean, it cannot be that easy. There we go. So at least stage 1 of this boss complete.
Damn it! That thing's strong.
But we're not losing either. We can do this! No matter how many times we may fall, so long as we rise again, we cannot be defeated.
Well put. And thanks to my line of work, I'm stubborn as hell too.
I do not understand. Why do you push yourselves to your limits to oppose me? Mankind's desires create suffering, and this suffering generates desires within mankind. Desires are the catalyst in the endless cycle of humanity's pain. Hope, the dregs of Pandora's box, is the restraint system binding mankind forever to its misery. Humanity deserves to be freed from its lifelong sentence of suffering. This reaching towards a light they can never grasp. Freedom from all desires. That is the true desire of humanity.
That's not true! I've seen the proof myself. I've witnessed the suffering you put the Geo Monarchs through. And I've seen the efforts of the Phantom Thieves to help them. I saw people suffer from trauma, struggle to survive, become the things they never wanted to be, and then discover the strength to press on as themselves. One step at a time. Giving up on desires? Living a listless life? In no way is that the optimal solution.
You witness nothing but pitiable conditioning, born from the belief that suffering is virtuous. It springs forth from the arrogant and strong, those capable of overcoming their pain. Releasing humanity from its desires is the sole path that every last person can follow to the Promised Land. And I am the shepherd who shall guide humanity down that path.
Listen to this egomaniacal app. You really think you're some kind of shepherd? You stole the desires of the masses and gorged yourself on them until you were too bloated to listen to reason. You go on and on about rescuing humanity. All you're doing is robbing and enslaving them.
You call yourself a god, yet fail to realize the desires of humanity have become your own lifeblood as well.
Yes, some desires may be impure. They can create suffering or send someone down the wrong path. But it's also how our hope takes form. Desires give us the power and courage to keep going. Right. That's what gives us the power to stand up and fight again, no matter how many times we fall. Like hell will we hand over all of humanity to some program that doesn't even understand them? We're putting an end to your promised land path right now!
We seem incapable of reaching an understanding. As such, I will end this inquiry and grant humanity's desire through your annihilation.
Okay, transformation time.
Let's go, everyone! This is the final battle!
Alright, let's do this. False God Demiurge. Let's see. So it's just him so far. I don't see any other enemies.
Powerful, but it's weak to bless attacks. Give up divine punishment.
Can we still, I mean, the question is, can we still follow the same treatment as before? Let's see. The question is he gonna do more damage than before? Either way, we should probably, okay, not get into frozen moments, clearly. So out of the very many items we have in the inventory, do I have any unfreeze? Yes, I do. Frozen coffee revives one. No, that's not what I need. Let's see. Do I have anything that cures freeze? Inflicted with freeze. Actually, no. That's not a status ailment that you can apparently cure. It's just automatic. You either snap out of it or, you know, leave it to luck. How are we looking? So SP wise, I do know that Zenkichi or Wolf, he's gonna need that regeneration. So 30 SP to one ally. Let's see.
Try this. Thank you.
So we already used Heat Riser on Joker. I'm not sure if that worked or not, since I was hit with the other attack. And we still need more SP.
How's this? Here. How's this? Persona! I've got your back.
So let's get everyone pumped. Let's see if it did work on Joker, thankfully. So let's see if we can follow sort of, you know, the same strategy as before. And then if we do get in trouble, we can sort of wail on him with SP based skills. And that was pretty cool. Very nice dodge by Joker, based on agility alone. And of course we are. Freeze is very common with the status ailment here. So it would probably help if you could get someone of, you know, the Jack Frost family line of personas attached to Joker. Not a must, but, you know, it certainly will be of great help. So as you can see, we are, you know, it does work. Like the... Interesting. I feel like he just healed. So this one does have healing capabilities. Okay, so if Futaba's analyzing it, I don't think there's any point in attacking. And as you can see, we got hit with some sort of a debuff, at least on Joker's side. It was probably due to the fact that we were hit with that skill that caused the freeze, which I believe probably caused a reset in just about everything. Let's kind of run away from these. Continue hitting him. Showtime. And we're still waiting on Futaba to kind of give us an analysis of this boss. At least his second form. Oh, okay. And then he does fall every once in a while. Let's see if we can hit him with another weakness. Nice. So that... Okay. Cutscene time.
Hell, man!
Or...
Our attacks aren't doing jack shit!
It's the spheres up there. They're feeding energy to the Demiurge.
So until we deal with those, our attacks on the main body are fruitless.
How do we do that? There are a whole bunch of them.
We should split up. So in other words, is it going to be like different battles?
Splitting to groups and coordinated strike. You should lead that last team, Joker.
Okay, so...
All right, we're ready for assignment.
Oh, okay. Versus Energy Spheres Group 1. So it looks like we are to be divided into 3 different groups. 2 groups that focus on, obviously, 2 of the different energy spheres, which kind of helps the boss stay powered up. And then versus Demiurge. And obviously, for that last one, they do, you know, kind of enforce Joker with that group. So I would say... So we're assigning, right. I would say in the first one, let's go ahead, go with Ryuji. No, actually, scratch that. I feel like Ryuji and Sophia should be with Joker. And again, we need to keep all these groups balanced, right? You need to have at least someone that can do some sort of, you know, help with HP and SP, maybe. At the same time, Sophia and Joker are both, you know, strong against Demiurge from a skills perspective because you do have access to bless skills. So I think that makes a lot of sense. As far as the Energy Spheres Group 1, we can probably go with Yusuke, Morgana, and Anne. And then of course for the second group, we'll do Haru, Makoto, and Zenkichi. So I think that makes sense, right? Fairly well balanced. And we can't do up to 4 people for any group because you have to sort of keep it balanced, right? So 3 is sort of our cap. Or at least that's how I think it should be. So I think let's go ahead.
That should do it. Careful out there, everyone. I can navigate all three teams. Overclocking my brain like that might melt it down, but I'm gonna do it. Let's go, everyone.
Interesting. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Like, do you jump from one group to another manually, or is it like a, you know, one by one? You take them down, and it goes to the next group. This looks like what energy spheres group 1. And what can we do? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and kind of focus on the buffs.
You're not getting your way.
Switching up. A world without freedom can never know beauty. I shall turn you to ribbons along with your scheme.
You've got to leave it to me. This should go. That's still just not perfection.
And thankfully, wind is effective against one of these. So then does that mean that each of them is weak to a different skill set? Whoops. Like this one right here. Chakma.
Warden? How did that get here? That sphere called Pater summoned it? I'm not sure. Pater first. He'll be in deep if it keeps summoning wardens.
And, you know, there's actually a bunch of these spheres, but when you hit them, you're actually hitting what? No, it's a different set. Okay. So it's 5 spheres per group. So it might take a while to take down. So you certainly want to kind of take your time. This one is weak to fire, and we're almost done with this one. There you go. So not too bad. Well, that's pretty great. And it looks like all of these battles are apparently simultaneous. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out by the time we're done. But it's an interesting way to kind of take care of these guys. In addition to the lock keeper. It's not a bad idea to take out these spheres first. Just straight up spamming the different, you know, skills with weaknesses. And this one's done too now. Bino, or Bino. And before we focus on the lock keeper, let's see, what is this one weak to? Yeah, I don't see any specific weaknesses on this one. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to make do with physical skills. Still a good bit. Block, so that one's blocking everything. And for this one, the Chakma, you can certainly hit it with physical skills. Like, that totally works. Alright, excellent. Now we have 2 more spheres left, along with a lock keeper. Resist. Just resist everything. Okay, so you can hit it with fire-based skills. And there you go. Chesed. Defeated. And let's take care of this one. Summoning minions, which means that's you probably knock out this one as soon as possible. And Yusuke's physical skill set is excellent, I think. Especially because of the fact that his criticals have a pretty good chance of landing. There you go. Keter.
Yes, Joker! Give us the final touch!
So I wonder what happened to the lockkeeper that was there. And are we transitioning to group 2 now? Yes, we are. And, you know, same idea here, it looks like. And while we're at it, might as well go ahead and utilize the heat riser for everyone. And we're probably gonna have to use these SP items on himself. Okay, let's see if anyone's weak to nuke. I don't believe so. Okay, interesting set of moves here. Okay, so block and resist means nuke is a no-no for a lot of these. See if we can switch to Zenkichi, who does excellent damage in general from a physical standpoint. And I guess this is one of the only few fights where I would recommend hacking and slashing. And as you can see, the battlefield is full with a bunch of shadows. And there you go, Yesod has been defeated. One question I have is this guy, the False God Demiurge, even getting weaker as a result? Okay, thankfully this one's weak to psychokinetic skills. So let's use this to our advantage. There you go. And so Netzach has been defeated as well. Who's next? We do have quite a few of these left. I'm basically ignoring a lot of these fodder shadows that are in the background, and spending more time on the spheres. Switch back to Zenkichi, who is landing some criticals. And now Malkut has been defeated as well. And we do have access to another showtime here. Excellent. So Hod has been defeated as well, and now we only have one more sphere left. And honestly, if this Teferet can do wind-based skills, I'd be willing to bet that it's weak to electricity or Zeo, which we don't really have access to with this group of party members, so we're just gonna have to rely on physical skills. And of course, you know, if you use a combination of attacks with the one more, you know, functionality, That also helps. So now it looks like we're done with, you know, this group 2 as well, which means we only have one part left, and that's the final boss.
It's all yours now, Joker.
So I'm willing to bet that this stage here is the final one, and hopefully there's no gimmicks after this. So as usual, I'd say we can focus on our buffs and kind of go all out from an SP standpoint.
I'll use this. Let's go. Trumpeter! With this. Persona! Fortuna! I'll use this. Whoa, that was sweet!
And let's restore some H or SP.
This one. Okay. Let's go. Ami no Uzume. This power. With this. Persona. I'll use this. Persona. This power.
Now you can really lay into that Demiurge.
Interesting.
See that? Even a god's no problem for us.
Man is a fatally flawed organism. The proof lies in their legacy of irrational decisions. Why would you oppose the creation of a perfect world? It would be the best.
As you can see, when he puts his hands on the battlefield, you can also get some free hits.
You got one? You just have to make one for yourself. That's what these guys taught me. That's how I know I don't need your shitty world.
Ran out the moment you underestimated the Phantom Thieves.
As mankind searches for its own
There you go.
solution, it repeatedly strays from the correct path. By accepting the answers I provide, you will all be freed of the pain that accompanies.
So now I think it's safe to just burn out your SP.
There are all sorts of things to gain while delivering your answer. Memories I share with you guys would be impossible to make in your world. One sphere down. Too late to protect your retire. That's what.
Do you truly understand your actions? Hear me when I say, I have formed the ultimate solution.
And of course, you do have to keep your HP up as well. So you always want to keep an eye on that. I feel like I'm not motivated to use any of those move commands to move to a different part of the stage, because he's not really hitting us that hard, and we're not really having a hard time per se in general. I mean, he's going back and forth here after getting hit, but outside of that, nothing crazy. And as you can see, we seem to have gotten him down to 50% HP.
Okay, there. This one. Okay, this one. Okay, there.
Stands, there's no fear in me. As long as I have the will to stand once more, I shall forge my own path. My companions are the ones who led me to that realization. If you could ever comprehend that.
One sphere down. This is the price for trampling on the hearts of all humanity.
Humanity shrinks from difficult decisions and grows its
I'm not really sure what he's doing with the spheres and whether they're coming back or not. And we cannot hit him from this range. So maybe it's a good opportunity for us to kind of move out of the way. Change to a different stage. Although we are clearly getting hit by this crazy attack.
This one. Okay. There. Okay.
Thank you. I am fighting my life for myself. We'll stand our ground and fight for ourselves.
So that attack is probably as deadly as it has gotten so far.
The world is full of such malice in its current state. Palestine is a place of equality and righteousness.
So this is straight up bless skills
Realize this.
spam.
We have to make that world for ourselves.
Good bit of damage there.
We can't be forced on
Alright, time to move again, maybe.
I can save all of you. There will be no loss, no grief.
So clearly he starts there and he moves counterclockwise. So maybe what we can do is this.
Once you lose someone important, but what's even scarier?
Yeah, so that kind of helps. And of course their HP is down by a huge margin there.
This one. How about this? How about this? This one.
And I wouldn't be able to protect the people I still have left.
One spear down.
So let's wait for him to come closer to us, and then we continue doing what we do best. Also, let's go ahead and restore our SP as well while we are at it.
Okay.
Flawed procedure. You are unable to provide humanity the correct answer. However, you still have the chance to correct.
I guess once you do that a certain number of times, it does
Join me.
do some sort of a interrupt on his side as he kind of gets shot back a little bit. So almost there.
Unfathomable. Unfathomable.
Almost there. And we are done. Hopefully. Assuming he has no more forms. Pretty long fight.
The enemy's down. It's weakened too. Now's our chance. All right. Everybody together. Let's finish this for good.
Okay, all out attack. Looks like this is it. Nice. It's very impressive teamwork there. An excellent animation.
Why? I am the god who would guide humanity.
Now that's something.
Look at them all. They're so pretty.
So it looks like all the desires are now free. Judging by these, you know, the looks of these crystals.
Is it?
Trophy earned.
Mm-hmm. No mistake there. I'm not picking up any enemy readings. So?
Hell yeah! We did it!
Yes! We really, really did!
Oh, we scraped by. That was unbelievably rough.
That should have taken care of the jails, too.
Top-notch work, you guys. That was some legitimate hero action back there.
Why are you talking like you weren't in there? You're a hero too, Wolf.
As well as Sophie.
Huh? Sophie? Oh, sorry. in shining armor. That doesn't sound bad at all, right, Joker?
Yeah, that always sounds cool.
Looks like it's starting. The fusion of reality and the metaverse is coming undone. Now's the time to make our escape. Oh yeah, we need to bring Ichinose with us. I will go get her. You should all head back now. Alright, let's get out of here.
I'm surprised someone even remembered Ichinose.
So, everything's back to the way it was, right?
I think it's safe to say so, yeah. So, you mean...
Finally! It's all over!
Thank goodness!
It appears this case is closed, so to speak.
That reminds me. Where are Sophia and Ichinose-san? I'm right here. Great job, everyone. I'd call this mission a real success. I'm glad you're safe too, Sophia. Where's Ichinose-san, though? She should have been with me.
Oh, good. You all made it back in one piece. I hear you there. And same for you. Looks like everyone's gone back to normal. They don't remember what happened to them, do they?
Correct. At least whatever events took place while their desires were gone.
I see. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I caused you guys.
Ichinose?
My apologies. But I'm going to head out now. I have a lot of thinking to do.
Hey, are you sure you're okay by yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to head back home to Shibuya. It's been years since the last time I was there. For a long time, it was just the place where I stashed away everything from my past. But now, I need to go back. Well, be seeing you.
I wonder if Ichinose-san will be alright.
People can get all caught up in what others have to say, and wind up forgetting what they have to say for themselves. At the same time, just a few words can end up being a lifeline to somebody too. I'm sure you were able to talk sense into her, Sophia. Just give her some time to process.
You got it. Thanks, Senkichi.
Well, not to bite her style or anything, but I ought to say my goodbyes too.
What's the rush, Gramps?
We may not have brought a god down at the station, but we did find the culprit behind this whole mess, and foiled the entire scheme. I'm sure the bizarre incidents are in our past now. Thanks to the Monarch's confessions, you're all in the clear. That means our deal's through.
What do you mean by that? Don't say such sad stuff, Senkichi.
Come on, man. You remember I only met up with you guys so I could use you.
Yeah, but you didn't really have a choice, did you?
If anything, you are our most valuable asset.
Yeah, we owe you an awful lot, Senkichi.
Thanks. You know, it really was great meeting you all. To be totally honest, I was originally jealous of you, since my line of work means a lot of wasted effort getting things done. Your direct results sort of felt like cheating. It was really bugging me for a while there.
Senkichi.
But at the end of the day, not only did you guys rescue me, but you literally saved Akane's life. That's what opened my eyes and showed me the things I needed to do. The things I'd lost sight of over the years. I guess my heart got changed before I could even see it coming.
The feeling's mutual. You taught us an awful lot too, you know. Like the challenges you can face when trying to live by your beliefs.
As well as the pains of child rearing.
Good point. But there's a lot of joy to find in those things too. At this point, I'm finally ready to take care of something that's been plaguing me for a long time.
You mean Awada?
Right. I got no reason to hold back anymore. I know what I have to do.
What you have to do?
Yeah. Break a leg, Gramps.
Gotcha. But it's not like this is the last time we'll ever see each other. I'm sure we'll cross paths again soon enough.
I hope so too. No
me a favor. Next time we meet, make sure it's not in an interrogation room, okay? But if anything does go down, feel free to reach out. I swear I'll do whatever I can to help. See you, Phantom Thieves. Or, no, you damn kids.
There he goes.
Zenkichi's great showdown in our world is about to begin.
Sure, he'll be fine. We ought to get going now.
Yep, home sweet home awaits, along with a nice big helping of Sojiro's curry. Looks like our journey's finally coming to an end.
Interesting. So I wonder what happens next with the gang. Considering it's almost the end of summer vacation.
We're home.
What were you thinking? Coming home a day late? You didn't even call to let me know.
Sorry, Sojiro. We had to fight this massive god and beat it and save the world from getting brainwashed and...
Jeez. Well, at least you guys are safe. Welcome back, kids. Oh, and you too.
Meow.
Uh-huh. Hope you had fun.
Sojiro, it was amazing. There's so much I gotta tell you. But I'm too wiped out today. I just want to eat until I pass out into my curry. Sojiro. Curry.
Already got it ready for you. Just give me a sec to heat it up.
Sojiro, you're the best. That aroma of coffee and curry. This place really is comforting. Coffee and curry? Does that mean Boss is behind the counter?
Huh? Haven't I heard that voice somewhere before?
Oh, that's right. I never had the chance to introduce myself. Nice to meet you, Sojiro. I'm Sophia, humanity's companion and a member of the Phantom Thieves.
Interesting that he had no reaction to that, considering he always wants them to keep out of trouble.
You have accomplished your goal with magnificent aplomb. Despite all manner of hardships, your bonds and your fortitude staved off the oppressive darkness, shining brightly for all humanity. You have again broken free from the shackles of fate and grasped your future for yourself. As a result, the god sought by many has returned to the void. Some may be lost without it, with nary a hope to cling on to. Be that as it may, I believe the blazing will that you fostered throughout your journey has been embedded deep within the hearts of mankind, and will surely blossom into hope for them when they most need it, allowing them to face their own challenges with strength and grace. Thank you, Trickster. Allow me to praise you in my master's stead. You were truly a remarkable guest. May our paths cross yet again one day. Until then, sweet dreams.
And there you have it. I wonder if August 30th is the last day in-game.
This crazy summer's given us a whole lot of grief, but our mission was a success, and we made a bunch of great memories together. So, let's get this celebration going!
Woo! Applause! Applause! What's wrong, Ryuji? You don't appear to be your usual self.
Man, I could not fall asleep last night. My bed at home just wasn't doing it for me.
I gotcha. Our bodies are all spec'd for the Feathermobile at this point. I find myself missing the Feathermobile too.
Why'd you change the name when we don't even got it anymore?
Isn't it called the Phantommobile? That was true. At least for a little while.
Anyway, it looks like nobody besides us thieves remembers what happened at the Tokyo radio tower, just like last time.
That sucks. Considering it was our asses on the line and all.
Patrolling society from the shadows, slaying evil in secret. I admit it sounds rather alluring.
Well, yeah, but don't you want some kind of recognition every once in a while, too? You know, like fangirls and that kind of stuff?
He's back.
You! And your acting's awful!
Still, we made all sorts of unforgettable memories. I couldn't have asked for anything more. Same here. It was a new experience at every turn. It was the best.
Mm-hmm. And we can rest easy knowing we did everything we could to help. Any loose strings left are in the middle of being wrapped up.
Ah, man. Gramps would have really helped to turn this party up, huh?
I bet he'd say he's too busy trying to bring in Owada to attend a celebration just yet.
So we're all partying while Zenkichi's still busting his buns on the case? Now I'm feeling a bit guilty.
Maybe because you remembered school starting back up soon? And doesn't that go for all of you?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. When are you heading home?
Tomorrow.
Huh? Really?
Time sure did fly by.
Me too. Make like a perennial and be sure you come back, okay?
Sophia, will you be joining them?
You got it.
And what if she ends up sniffing out of jail in his hometown, huh?
Like that would ever happen.
Now that you mention it, I wonder why Sophia was in the Shibuya jail anyway, of all places.
Good point.
Well, Ichinose did mention that she used to live in Shibuya. Perhaps Sophia was originally located within her house.
So, when Emma picked up on Sophia's existence from the metaverse side, that cognition... this is all speculation. And even if that's how any of it worked, it'd have to be some sort of miracle.
Since we're on the topic, Sophia, you seemed a bit distracted after we defeated the Demiurge. Did something happen?
Oh, that. I heard Emma's voice.
Huh?
You mean the one only you can hear?
Yes. I was issued a final request. Please follow your heart to save humanity.
Emma asked you that?
Had we been able to reach a mutual agreement, perhaps Emma could have followed Sophia's path rather than face destruction.
I believe this is proof of the true power that the Phantom Thieves hold. Artificial intelligence is not the enemy of mankind. We were born to help people, but just like people, we are capable of errors in judgment and can stray from the right path. Our users, their input, our experience, these all mold us to take a wide variety of beliefs. If only Emma had learned and grown with a good companion.
Then why don't you give yourself the directive to show others how it's done?
What?
Since you're such a good companion to humanity, you can be a positive role model for how AI and humans can work together. Oh, I couldn't even count how many people that'd end up helping in the end.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, but I can't leave this smartphone. That's a shame. Being a role model and helping countless people will have to wait.
Not so fast, Sophia. I've cooked up an ultra epic...
Shut up! This is getting too close to being a downer. This is a celebration, right? Celebrate! Come on, Yusuke, you, me, soda chugging contest, now!
I don't know if we're ready for that.
Such idiocy. To think you could consume more than I.
Hey, you better not spill any of that.
You idiots! Oh, you got soda all over my fur!
Not exactly the celebration I'd planned.
Jeez, thanks for ruining the celebration for me, Ryuji.
But it was fun. Everyone seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah. I guess I had fun too.
So, will the Phantom Thieves be disbanding tomorrow?
We don't have a choice with school and everything starting back up. Ryuji and Lady Ann already have their plates full with homework as it is. Me too. And Yusuke? I'm sure he's ready to get back to his artwork. Makoto and Haru are heading back to college. I wonder what life is like there. They didn't seem too bummed on their deal. Sure, they complained from time to time, but it sounds like they're having fun overall. And Futaba seems to have gotten a lot stronger too, huh? Considering how she seems now, she's not gonna have any trouble at school making new friends.
Everyone has found their own path. Well, I was wondering what my path is.
You'll find it soon enough, Sophia. Until then, feel free to stick with this guy and me.
Thanks, you two.
We're really heading out tomorrow. I still wish we had more time, but we ought to get some rest.
I actually forgot that Mono was with Joker this whole time. After the end of Persona 5.
Well, be careful on your way back.
See ya! It was a real blast.
Drop us a line whenever you're back. No matter what you're doing, we'll drop it to meet you.
We'll be waiting to hear from you.
Are you gonna be back for winter break? You know you could come back sooner, right?
The attic's all yours whenever you like. It'll only cost you a few hours behind the counter.
You take care too, Morgana.
Lady Ann, while it pains me to leave you, I must keep watch over him.
See you later, Mona-chan. Listen to your owner, okay?
No!
He listens to me, and I'm not a pet.
Keep an eye on these two for us, okay, Sophia?
Okay, I've got it.
I almost forgot!
What's the matter?
I have a present for Sophia. A present?
Indeed. I didn't get a chance to give it to you yesterday.
Oh, one moment, Futaba. There's a message from Ichinose. What did Ichinose-san have to say?
Yeah, I wonder what she
Didn't
wants.
expect that.
Let's meet her. I'm curious.
I admit, I'm curious as well. Are any of you too busy to join us?
Not at all. In fact, this seems right.
Yes, one last little farewell trip together.
She said to meet her here, right?
Yeah, but I don't see her.
Maybe we just meet her here. What do you say we wait for a bit?
So hot. Melting. I'm evaporating in 5 seconds.
Perhaps we could find a spot to stand and wait that isn't directly in the sun.
Huh? Wait, look at that!
We now bring you breaking news. A shocking turn of events in the political realm. Moments ago, an arrest warrant was issued for legislator Jun Owada.
Well, that was fast.
Mr. Owada spanned from bribery and tax evasion to...
That's...
A fleet of police vehicles have encircled the Diet members' office building, which is reportedly being searched at this time. We now take you to the investigation team's press conference, live at their headquarters.
We have uncovered evidence that shows Mr. Owada illegally accepted funds from the company Medice. Additional investigations into his numerous other charges are currently underway. Regarding the specific hit-and-run incident 2 years ago, wherein Mr. Owada's secretary claimed to be the culprit, we have learned the true culprit was Mr. Owada himself, driving his own vehicle while under the influence of alcohol. The concealment of this fact involved multiple high-ranking members of the police force, all arrested for conspiracy to conceal evidence. I cannot apologize deeply enough for the flagrant, abysmal disregard for truth and justice from this department. We intend to follow our investigations to the absolute end. not only for justice's sake, but for that of the people and their faith in the police.
Whoa, is this real?
Wait, that Owada? And the police were in on it? Isn't this like a huge deal?
Furthermore, there are claims that Mr. Owada's criminal activity extends well beyond that with Medice, including suspicions that he ordered the murder of his secretary 2 years ago, as well as...
Isn't that...
Senkichi-san did it! He finally got the person he's been after for so long!
Yeah, Gramps pulled it off! That dude really is badass!
The perpetrators finally caught under the light of truth. A job well done.
Looks like he wasn't just trolling us about his skills. No wonder he made such a good part of our team.
He's finally avenged his wife.
Yep. Just like he promised Akane. Not only was the killer caught, he was the one who collared him. I'm so happy for Senkichi-san.
Hey, been waiting long?
Ichinose-san!
Wrapping up the paperwork at the police station took a lot longer than I'd expected.
The police station?
I actually went straight there and turned myself in the moment we finished our conversation.
Hang on, but what you did was...
Konoe was the one who abused Emma's power. If you turned yourself in over all that...
Setting Emma loose upon the world like I did would have led to its destruction if not for you all. I know that's true. Not only that, there's no denying I directly hurt you all as well. I thought I should be punished for that. At the very least.
Ichinose!
So, I confessed everything to the police. Big surprise. They didn't believe anything I said.
Well, it's not exactly the easiest story to buy.
I even tried to get Hasagawa-san to help with my confession. He just laughed it off.
The police are too busy for fairy tales right now. That sure sounds like Senkichi.
Anyway, I originally planned to do this once I was released from jail. But I'm thinking of taking a journey of my own.
A journey, you say?
Yes, a sort of quest to learn about the human heart. I thought Emma really would guide humanity to a better world. But once Sophia changed my mind, that was when I noticed something. The eyes of everyone saved by Emma, they just looked cold and dead. But you all, Sophia included, your eyes were so brimming with hope that it opened my own. Sophia learned about the human heart by joining you on your journey. You shared good times and bad. You were there for each other when you needed it. And you learned to understand each other. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that kind of thing, but I want to speak with other people about the heart when learning this time. Try and really do it right. I just needed to make sure I apologize to Sophia and you all properly before I depart. I truly am so sorry for putting you all through so much pain.
He's right. It's all been taken care of, and we're not sore over it.
Thank you.
Hey, I have a request of my own.
Let me guess, she wants to go with
What is it?
Ichinose.
Well, I want to join Ichinose.
Boom.
Huh? You mean go with her on her journey?
You've all done so much for me. You accepted me when I had nowhere to go. You said I was your teammate and friend. You gave me a home. It made me so happy. I constantly felt warm and fuzzy inside. However, everyone now has their own path to the future. Thanks to you all, I've learned so much. I've even found my path to follow, the path I need to take as humanity's companion. I want to be able to lend a helping hand to anyone who strays from their own path. Just like you all do, I want to help people find their way so they can find their happiness. If Ichinose is trying to find her way, then I should be there for her, just like you were for me.
I want to become more like you, so I can be the self that I want to be.
Sophia.
Does that mean we're saying goodbye to you too now, Sophia?
I thought she was stuck in there.
That's not an issue. Sophia, do you remember the first night we met? That full scan of you in LeBlanc's attic? Well, I've only been able to hammer away at it little by little, but since that day, I've been working on a program to get you out of there.
Dude, for real?
I tried telling you guys a whole bunch of times. But
She did.
I didn't think it'd wind up being a goodbye gift.
Futaba?
Sophia's decided what she wants to do. She's found her path in life.
So we should congratulate her and send her off with a smile. Right, Futaba?
Yeah, you're right. Are you sure this is what you want, Sophia? They're clearly really going to miss you.
Yes, it's what I want. But first, I need to hear it from you. May I go with Ichinose?
I mean, do we even have a choice? Look at the options, right?
Thanks. Sorry, everyone. I haven't been able to show my appreciation for what you've done for me.
What are you talking about? You know that's not how friends roll.
Yeah, friends and members of the Phantom Thieves.
You'll always be a part of us.
Nothing could sever the bond we forged over such high stakes.
And we'll never forget the great times we had together.
I know you'll be a fantastic companion to Ichinose-san.
Sophia, stay safe out there.
Thank you.
Well, all things considered,
Have fun,
this was a fun summer
Dad.
vacation.
Let's keep at it,
Yeah.
Sophia.
You know you
Stay
can call
cool,
anytime.
Sophia.
You'll always be a friend to us. Yeah.
Thank you all. I promise. I won't forget you or our time together. We'll meet again.
Yeah, no matter what.
Okay, no matter what.
Goodbye.
Very nice. And there you have it. So the end of our stream, as well as the actual Persona 5 Strikers Let's Play. Obviously right now I have no words. It was truly a great game to the series. I know it was a little different from previous Persona games, including, say, Persona 4, Persona 4 Golden if you played it, Persona 5, even Persona 5 Royal. Given that this one was less of a turn-based game, more of a, live-action Musou type of game. Obviously made by the same makers as Dynasty Warriors, and that's something we covered during as early as the first episode. So, I mean, the experience was very good in quality, right? Storyline always, I think, kills it for just about any Persona game. There were a few kinks here and there, right? As far as how linear the game was from all these different jails, right? The dungeons themselves were very linear. And I think the only, I guess, downer about this game really was when you compare it to the previous titles. We're talking about almost no social link, I guess, phenomenons. So, on a day-to-day, or on a daily basis, all you're doing is going back and forth between the real world and the jails. So outside of that, I think everything else was pretty great. Characters were the same characters that we know and love. So I think that was one of the greatest things. And then, of course, at the same time, we also saw a bunch of character progression as well. you know, continued from the original Persona 5 series. And if you're someone like me and you've seen Persona 5 animation as well, I think this kind of makes sense as well. You know, especially if you're familiar with each character's background, where they come from, how they unleash their original, you know, persona. And of course, Zenkichi, right, who you see right there, he was a great addition to the game as well. I had no idea that he was going to be a Phantom Thieves member until that moment with Akane, right, which was in the Kyoto jail. So a lot of surprises that this game brought too. It's not just, okay, Persona, you know, same recipe. There's a lot of new additions to the series, and I think this is probably the end of Persona 5, you know, games in general. I doubt they would make another remake unless they're gonna port over some of the other games to different consoles, which makes sense. So a very nice addition to the series overall, and you know, for those of you that have watched this stream, and of course that have watched the other videos, thank you for tuning into those. And yeah, I mean, this is the last episode, so thanks again for everything. And until next time, that's all.